This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
He was a giant, and he was a cowboy. Now these two former rivals have joined forces to bring you the most insightful, perceptive, and controversial sports talk podcast in America. Former Dallas Cowboys defensive end Jim Jeffcoat locks horns with former New York Giants wide receiver Byron Willams. And now, here's Byron Willams and Jim Jeffcoat.
Good evening, Byron.
Good evening.
I'm sitting here with a blank screen behind me. Is because Juanita is going to get me into the millennium.
I'm going to have to give her a call and tell her she did a great job because you look a little bit prettier. But no, that's good though. You know, we need that. You need that little touch of that little.
Yes,
that
you need that
tweak here and tweak there. You know, that's what make those adjustments, man.
Yeah, you gotta have that woman's touch.
Yes.
So she's gonna put. I'm gonna get some jerseys framed and everything, and I'm gonna put them back here, and obviously my Super Bowl trophies and some of my awards that I've gotten over the years, and make it look pretty. Make it look.
Man, that's gonna be nice, man. I can't wait to see it. Man.
Yeah, it's gonna look good. She'll do a good job with it. But on to what we're here for: football.
Football. Is this Super Bowl 58?
I think it is.
I think it is Super Bowl 58. Super Bowl.
Yeah, because it's either 58 or 57.
Yeah, Super Bowl 58. It's a lot. Yeah. It was some good games this week, I tell you that.
Yeah, and that's what we're going to talk about a little bit, and we'll start off with Baltimore and Kansas City. I picked Baltimore to win. I'm not going to sit here, but I don't know if I'll ever pick against Mahomes again.
Well, we both picked Baltimore because they were at home, and the week before they played outstanding game, and the week before they just been playing good. And they were beating everybody at the end of the season, like, you know, they dominated. So they just, I think they got full of themselves.
You think so?
The one thing that you just said, you can't bet against Mahomes.
Yeah. What I saw was a team that, and I've said this a lot of times, is that, stress can bust a pipe.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. I think the stress got to him and the moment got to him. Because if you remember, Kansas City went right down to the field, and scored.
Yeah.
They weren't, and they moved the ball well on the running game against them. They moved the ball well against Baltimore, and I was shocked because I didn't think, and I like Pacheco, I didn't think he could do that, and he did. They controlled the line of scrimmage.
You know, he run angry. You know, he run with a purpose. Yeah. And if you're not there to tackle him correctly, and one guy usually don't bring him down. So I love the way he run. I love the way he approached the game as well.
Yeah, and it's interesting. His background or his backstory is people ask, why does he run mad? He said, I don't run mad. What had happened was he grew up in a small town, Vineland, New Jersey, which is down going toward Philadelphia, and his sister was murdered. And he runs for his sister. And he said, that's why I run so hard, is because I'm running for my sister.
Wow.
And that was interesting. But he was went to the State University, Rutgers, and he's a kid and I'm happy for him to have this success because he is tough. I don't think he's going to last long in the NFL with that style of running. But
yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, you can only run like that for so long.
But then to the same point, Baltimore had success running the ball all year, and they only ran the ball the whole game 8 times.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's what they were known for, the ability to run the ball, spread the ball around, and Lamar Jackson run the ball whenever he need to from a quarterback perspective. So it was really crazy that it seemed like they didn't have the same game plan that they've been having in the past.
No, and that was interesting that Todd Monken's had done a good year. And that's the difference between obviously playing in the playoffs in the regular season.
Right.
Because now you're playing the best teams in the league.
Playing the best team and the best prepared teams for us game plan and making adjustment during the game. Those things are so important and very critical. And that's what you see now in the playoffs.
Yeah, and what's most impressive for the Kansas City Chiefs is Mahomes has been here 5 times in a row, and he's won 4 of them. That's pretty darn impressive. This guy is going on to if he doesn't play another game, he's got a Hall of Fame career.
Absolutely. And what I like about him, he make everybody around him better.
Yes.
You know, he ain't gonna come off the field and throw your helmet down like Lamar Jackson did. You know,
yeah.
But stuff like that though, Jim, you got to be able to understand that you got all these younger players looking at you.
That's true.
Keep your composure. You know, stay in touch. Go communicate with the player that you need to talk to on the sideline. All of that stuff is so critical.
And here was some interesting things I thought about. He did. Mark Andrews, who came back from injury, played pretty well.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers, the first before he had the penalties, the dumb penalties, was playing well. Odell Beckham didn't get into the game until the second half. If you
I understand that. You know what they should have done? You know, they should have played Likely and Andrew at the same time early in the game.
I agree.
When you can get those 2 tight ends in there and both of them as talented as those guys are, to me, these coaches, the coaches to me don't understand the concept of using talent and use your talent to the ultimate because they're not using the talent that's on the field. Why not use both tight ends? Yeah.
And what also happened in this game is that Steve Spagnuolo had a magnificent game plan because it looked like Lamar Jackson was confused. Right. It looked like the players were confused on the Baltimore Ravens. And defensively, we know what Mahomes can do to it. And Kelsey made some good plays. He made some great plays.
Absolutely. And you, like you said, you got to give it to him on defense side because the defense came and played.
Yeah.
They played aggressive football. And they challenged the receivers, and they didn't mind getting a penalty here and there, which is good sometimes.
Yeah, and they do it, and they played unbelievable. And here's one of those things where Spagnuolo may not be a great head coach, but he is a heck of a defensive coordinator.
Defensive coordinator. He made the difference this game. His game plan. And the way he mastered everything and the way he moved the players around was spectacular.
Yeah, he did. And I agree with you on that. He did a tremendous job of preparing the players and getting them ready. And they understood the game plan. Yeah. And that's, and they took a team that prides itself on being physical, and they were more physical.
They were because everybody was saying leading into the game how tough Baltimore defense was. But if you look at the game, no, it was Kansas City defense that was tough.
Yeah. And nobody expected Kansas City to be that effective running the ball. And they were effective, like we said, with Pacheco.
Yeah.
And they came out there and Mahomes did Mahomes things. Kelsey did Kelsey things. And the receivers played well.
They played well. Kelsey had 10 catches in the first half.
Let me ask you this question, though, as Kadarius Toney. I know some people who listen to this show are not big Kadarius Toney fans, but I guess he was saying he wasn't injured. And late in preparing for the game, they said he was injured, and he was PO'd over that. And now they have him not on the injured list, but he's out because of personal issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had some issues coming from the Giants, and And that's one thing I can say about Andy Reid. They do take a chance on some players that have some issues. And but when you get an opportunity, second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, man, what are you thinking, man? This is like, how hard it is to get to the Super Bowl. This is how hard it is to get to the playoffs.
And he might not even be there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So
what's interesting too is both teams are staying 25 miles away from the Strip.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't have to deal with all the stuff that goes along with being in Las Vegas. And I
think that's great because you can get lost in the shuffles. And even the Raiders training facility is probably about, I guess it's 15 miles from.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's about 15 miles from the stadium. Because last year I went out there to the training facility. There was one guy on the team that I mentored. And, Darius Phaedon that went to University of Arkansas. And I got a chance to go out there to the facilities. But it's a pretty good little piece distance from the main stadium or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's good to kind of set the course of being away from all the everything that's going on for sure.
Yeah, and it's definitely good to be away. Yeah. Now, and I commend Kansas City for getting it done. I mean, Mahomes is, like I said, he's got a Hall of Fame career already, but he's a first ballot. And Kelsey. And I think we talked about it. Some people think that.
Well, Kelsey, a lot of people don't know that Kelsey right now is the number one receiver in the playoffs.
Yeah, more than Jerry Rice.
He have 156 career receptions.
Yes.
He's the number one reception leader in modern day history in the playoffs.
Yes, and he beat Jerry Rice out last week.
Just top Jerry Rice.
My question is he more athletic than Gronk?
Oh yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Yeah, I think so.
Saying no, he's not more, but I agree. I think he's more athletic.
Well, so last time
it was Juanita. She said it.
Juanita said it. Okay. Well, I want to say this comment about him, Kelsey. A lot of time, I think he was playing injured at the end of the season. Yeah. I think now he just got back to where he was getting back healthy, and they were talking about since he's been dating Taylor Swift, whatever. His performance dropped off. Last game, he went back out there and proved it.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jason?
He said, are we going live for the media row next week?
Yeah, I know. I think I will be in Texarkana.
Oh, you going to Texarkana?
Yeah. Juanita's cousin lives in Texarkana, and he's making us some Jamaicans.
Okay.
So I might be in. I know I'm gonna be in Texarkana for the Super Bowl.
Well, I'll be at the Super Bowl, and if I can get on I might just do my phone or something. I don't know. I might do something, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. But Jason, you gonna be at the Super Bowl? Jason didn't answer that.
He didn't answer that.
He's probably gonna be his.
Ain't they got a golf tournament or something pretty soon in Ghana?
Yeah. Well, no, that's not until April.
Okay.
Got there, and I'm getting my stuff ready for May for the MPH, the Jim Jeffcoat and Friends golf tournament. It'll be in May.
In May, okay.
Yeah. So we moved it and everything to get it organized properly.
But my wife's birthday is May 19th, so I don't think
No, it's not May 19th.
I don't play no golf on my wife's birthday.
Jason was counting on us for tickets.
Well, hey Jason, we both had picked Baltimore, so we had Baltimore tickets.
Yeah. Hey, did you see what the tickets are going for? $11,000. $11,000.
Oh yeah, they were saying that I'm telling you, guys, I've been talking to these players. They said they selling their tickets. They said this the highest they ever got for their tickets.
Yeah, you get 25 tickets too. You get 25 tickets. When I went to the Super Bowl, I got 25 tickets. I told everybody, hey, I took my wife at the time, her family, and I took my family, and everybody else.
You had 25 tickets.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah, they gave us 25.
Dang. I bet they don't get no one player 25 right now.
I don't know. I don't know. Tony stinks, you know it, and I know it, and now the Chiefs know it. I think he has some mental issues. He needs a psychiatrist or psychologist, I guess.
I wish some of these players can understand to get a mentor, get an old guy, get somebody to play your position and
yes,
chat with them. Just have a conversation with the guy.
Yes, and the big thing is that they don't realize there's only a short period of time in your life that you got an opportunity to play this. You better take advantage of it because it can be over. It's just like, is it the kid that had the car accident out there? Is it Suggs? Or no, it wasn't Suggs. It was the wide receiver.
To play with Denver?
No, he played for Vegas.
Oh, yeah. He ended up
Jimmy Ruggs or
I forgot his name.
It was
Yeah.
He ruined his whole life.
Yeah, he did.
And things like that. And you're right. They need somebody to, hey, this is only a short part. I played 15 years, and I was speaking at Naaman Forest for a friend of mine. He's the head coach there. And I was telling, 15 years in the NFL is like a blur. I didn't tell him how, I told him I was 40 years old and stuff. And that
Henry Ruggs the third.
Yeah, Ruggs, yeah. And the thing is he ruined his life.
But check this out. He getting anywhere between 3 to 10 years in prison for the fatal DUI crash in Vegas.
Yeah.
His blood level was 0.16 and was driving 156 miles per hour.
Yeah. Didn't he kill his girlfriend in that?
He killed Tina. Yeah. And their dog. Killed the girlfriend and the dog. November the 9th, 2023.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You gotta, like you said, you need somebody to tell you. Like I was telling these kids is that I'm gonna sit here, I'm not gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. And I expressed with, the work habits that you made it. I had the opportunity to play in there, but we had to work and we did the things the right way. Now that doesn't mean we always did it, but we made sure that we changed and did the things the correct way.
Yeah, exactly. And this day and time, you don't really have an excuse. You know when you're doing stuff that's not right, and you know when you have to correct yourself. And also, you know that you don't need to be hanging around some of the people that you hang around. Just that simple. That's true. When I look back on when I was in my 20s, man, you couldn't tell, just couldn't tell me nothing. So I always try to tell guys, man, be able to listen. And and Matt, by the way, the receiver coach for the Giants, Pat Hoskins, my receiver coach, I called him yesterday. He was 80 years old. Wished him happy birthday. And it just melted him, man. So the one thing I can say about coaches and things that you have for a player like myself, I just told him how much I appreciate him. I told him that, the way I see my life today was he made me become more of a man when I was in my 20s. And that was still important to me. I wanted to wish him happy birthday, and he just melted.
That's great.
And I just appreciate that. I told him personally, life experience and life things that happen, would never change the friendship that we have.
Yeah. Good evening, Rick and Jason. Yes,
hey,
they
Rick.
were.
Hey, Rick was all on my Facebook. Rick was on my Facebook.
Was on your Facebook?
Yeah, we had a pizza party. So.
Oh, you and Rick had a pizza party?
Rick can't get. I invited Rick to come down to the pizza party, but he stayed up north.
Rick's coming to the golf tournament May 9th.
Oh, is he?
Get Rick down here to play in the golf tournament. Jason will come.
Rick, can you play golf? I want to know.
Yeah. Hello,
hey, Sonia.
Hello, Sonia. How are you doing this evening?
Sonia, I heard you know a little bit about hockey.
Yeah, Herm Edwards. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Herm Edwards.
But
I don't have a good feeling about Herm Edwards because of what he did at Arizona State, Rick.
Oh man, he did good for Arizona State.
Yeah.
He did good.
Oh shoot. Rick said not well. Wear a helmet. But back to things that are going on. We can talk about a little bit about the 49ers against Detroit.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Well, Detroit, man, 17 points up. Wow. Can't believe it.
Yeah, and they were playing really well the first half.
Oh, they played a spectacular game.
Yeah. And
because they end up running the ball, running reverses.
Yeah.
I mean, Goff didn't have to really throw it to begin with.
No. They really, I thought St. Brown, was it St. Brown? What's the other receiver?
Jameson Williams.
Jameson Williams struggled.
And
St. Brown made the plays, correct?
Yeah. And then number 8 is he dropped those 2 balls in the second half that could have helped him.
Yeah, but you're right. They did wave goodbye to the 49ers. And the 49ers at the end waved 2 guys. What was the biggest mistake that the Lions made was what, Jason? But I thought that they were getting on Dan Campbell about taking risks. And I'll never forget what Jimmy Johnson used to tell us. He said, we're not going to play with scared money. He would say that he had a director of player ops named Bruce Mays. And they'd go to Vegas. And Bruce, Jerry Jones would give you money to gamble. And Bruce would take all the money and he'd take about $100. And he was real careful about that $100. Where Jimmy would gamble, he said, if I'm going to gamble, I'm going to gamble because you can't win big unless you play big. And that's, the Lions did run out of gas. That is true.
Josh Reynolds, number 8, that's the guy I was talking about.
Yeah, Josh Reynolds is one.
Yeah.
But what Campbell did, he had been doing this all year. He could have beat the Cowboys if he just kicks the extra point and goes into overtime. Things like that. I mean,
but you know what? They actually had the first down both times. They went for it.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're not throwing the St. Brown, then you really lower for making
him out of the game.
Yeah,
they took him out of the game. But the thing is, I think that Detroit is going to get even better. Minnesota's going to be better. That's going to be a good division. Because Green Bay is obviously getting better.
Green Bay just hired the offensive coordinator from Boston College today.
Yeah, Hafley as the defense. He's a defensive coordinator.
Oh, defensive coordinator. Okay.
Hafley, yeah. I think the Lions can roar back next year. I think the Lions will be. I think they'll get better because here's one thing about it. You got to think about the Lions. They're a young team. They don't lose a lot of players.
What I like about what I like about today's football, it don't take long to get better.
Yeah. So I think the Lions are fine from that standpoint. The one thing I did see that was shocking is I was watching the game and Kittle killed Hutchinson. I know Jack is a big Hutchinson fan. He rolled him up.
You know what? They didn't hardly call Hutchinson name.
No.
Think about that.
And then
he won an impact.
Yeah. Oh, the Packers win the division. I wouldn't be too sure. That's going to be a very competitive. It's going to be very competitive in all divisions.
Hey, some people on this deal tonight thinking that the Vikings are going to win.
Yeah, I know 2 people are thinking the Vikings going to win. Yeah, Hutchinson did get run over.
Yes, he did. He did.
Yeah. Some people on this thing think with the new coach at Carolina, they're going to be really good.
They're going to be at the bottom of the barrel.
Now I think they're going to be better. And there's going to be some good teams. Raheem Morris, He learned. It took him 13 years to become a head coach again, and he's getting his staff together. Kirk Cousins was $90 million for 2 years.
That's about right. That's about what he needs. He got 69 last contract, 69 million.
But $90 million, Byron, for 2 years? Come on, man.
That's over 45 million a year. That's 45 million a year. That's what they're making.
You do have a good point. I didn't think of it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about it there.
Yeah. I think they're gonna at least give him 40 million a year.
Yeah. 2 of them. Yeah, you guys are loyal. I think if you get Kirk Cousins back and if you get Kirk Cousins back and you draft a quarterback to groom behind him, you guys got a chance.
You know what I love about football this day and time?
What is that?
Any team can be at the bottom, next year they can be at the top.
Yeah, started at the bottom.
Just like Houston. Look at what happened to Houston.
That is true. But Houston had some talent on that team.
They
got a quarterback. Now, speaking of Chicago, they keep Justin Fields. And I looked at the draft order. Number 1 is obviously
that's the Giants and Rick.
Oh.
Well, they need to move away from Kirk. It's time.
I don't think it is. I think Kirk could be he's not going to win the Super Bowl for you, but he won some games in this league.
I mean, Kirk Cousins ain't that bad.
And they just got to get him to play at 1 o'clock every day, every game. Because as soon as it gets dark.
Kirk Cousins is not bad at all.
Yeah.
I just think, see, I look at the style of offense that they put these quarterbacks in.
Yes.
It's just like Tom Brady. If you can get that ball out in 2 to 3 seconds and be consistently, moving that ball down the field, you're gonna have some success in the NFL.
Yeah. Speaking of Tom Brady, did you know that Fox has made him the #1 analyst?
His name made him that, not Fox.
Mm-hmm.
But
Greg Olson was the #1, and they told him, "Hey, you did a nice job, but see ya."
Who was #1?
Greg Olson, that tight end from Carolina.
He wasn't. He was so.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought so.
He did a good job.
But back to the games. I thought San Francisco came out and Detroit held them to 3 points for the first series in the second half. And then, just like Jason said, the Whales got it. It seemed like Detroit just lost it. Yeah. Brady's way better than Greg Olson. Greg talks about stuff that I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like Romo.
Yeah, he sometimes got off on a whole nother subject line that he needs to,
I never understand what Romo.
When you're a football player, been on that football field, you should be talking like that.
Yeah.
You never criticize the other players. First of all,
exactly.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Romo's talking about it's not championship ball, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, you won one playoff game in your career, and you talking about it's not championship football. What do you know about championship football? I'm just saying.
Hey Jim, they don't know you in the ain't too many guys have over 100 sacks. So you're in the class. You're in a unique class.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He does. I agree. Yeah.
Brady
shoot. He had a year to train.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be doing a lot better than what people think.
I think so too. You don't win that many Super Bowls and not understand football. He just got to make it, just like Max Sports said, he can't make it too technical.
Yeah.
Sometimes we know it, and if I'm talking to you, we can talk about all the other stuff, but the common fan wants to know, Is it zones? Is it man? If it's where they running at, why they're having success at it, and you have to just explain it in terms that they can understand.
Yeah.
And my English is not that big. I guess not.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know.
Well, I'm from the country. I don't care nothing about my English. I know how to eat them. I know how to eat beans and cornbread.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yes. But
yeah.
But it should be a good Super Bowl.
I think I'm looking forward to this Super Bowl. And you know what? I already know who's gonna win. I ain't gonna say it yet.
You ain't gonna say it yet. You're gonna wait till next week.
Man, I've been off.
I have no idea who's gonna win. But you going to Vegas?
I will be out there.
Yeah, you got your daughter out there.
I'll be smelling this. I'll be smelling the West Coast.
Yeah. Well, it's really not West Coast.
Well, yeah, the West Side.
Yeah.
I'll be on the Pacific time zone. I'll put it like that.
You will. Yes.
I'll be 2 hours behind.
Yeah. But you got your daughter out there, so that's good.
Just bought her. I just bought her 4 brand new tires on her BMW.
Shoot.
She told me she loved me. She loved her daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have bought me 4 new tires.
My baby girl loves me too, because I co-signed for an apartment for her. And she got a job. She got a good job.
Ain't nothing like them daddy girls.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And I agree with you on that. Shoot, they butter me up and I just
melt.
Yeah, just
melt.
Whatever you want, sweetheart. What do you need? That's women for you. That's little girls. They always.
I said, you need to move back to Texas.
Yeah.
Not yet, Dad. I said, okay.
But on the other stuff, all the coaching carousel has stopped, except for Washington.
One more to go.
All the head coaching jobs are obviously in Carolina. We got Canales, and Atlanta. We have Raheem Morris, who was there with Dan Quinn. And Tennessee, we have Brian Callahan, whose father is an offensive line coach for Cleveland, and he's been around a long time.
He's been around coaching all his life.
Yeah, and then we also had the Chargers, which we got the big one. They got Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, they got the boss. I call him the boss.
Yeah, so we got Jim Harbaugh. And is there anyone I missed?
Seattle, we just signed today, right?
Seattle. Oh, yeah, Seattle. Ben McDonald, from the defensive coordinator from the Ravens.
You got Carolina, Canales.
Yeah, I did say Carolina.
Okay, you did that. Okay. And so we got Washington left.
Washington's the only one left. Out of all these coaches, which one has probably the chance to make the quickest turnaround?
I think Atlanta will, in my opinion.
Interesting.
I think Atlanta will, because if they get one of these quarterbacks, one of these hot quarterbacks out of college, man, they can be ready to go, because they had the best running back out of college last year. So I think, and they play great defense. So I'm thinking Atlanta could be pretty darn good.
That's interesting you say that, because I would have thought the Chargers. I know they're in the same division as Kansas City. I thought the Chargers had the best chance. And the reason I say that is because Jim Harbaugh's history. Everywhere he's gone, he's had success. He runs the ball, they play good defense, and they play power ball.
They play power ball, good physical ball.
He's got a good quarterback. He's probably got the best quarterback of all these teams.
And got some tough receivers. The receivers all get healthy. They have some depth.
Yeah.
And the running back ain't bad either. So he already got a good running back.
Yeah. So it all fits into what Jim Harbaugh does. They gave him $16 million a year. They gave him $16 million a year to coach him. And from what I'm understanding, a lot of college coaches are saying with the NIL and all these things that are going on in college today, they'd rather coach in the NFL where they can coach football.
Yeah, absolutely. I think too. He got the job that he really wanted. He chose that job. I think that's really good for him. I'm just looking for the challenge because they got some good players.
Yeah, they really do.
They really do. So
they really do.
That team should have been deep in the playoff the last 2 to 3 years. To be honest with you.
I agree 100%. There are going to be. I think there will be some teams. I think the Chargers will do well, and I agree with you, Atlanta. But Atlanta, can they get up high enough to get one of those quarterbacks? Because the top three are Chicago, Washington, and there was one more. I think it was Arizona.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to pull up something I thought I saw tonight about the top 10 picks in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
And the top 10 picks of the draft: the Bears, the Commandos, the Patriots, the Cardinals, the Chargers are picking 5. The Giants are picking 6. The Titans 7. The Falcons is 8. They picking 8.
So here was my thinking: is that the Commanders, depending on who they pick as head coach, because they're the only job open, will try to make a deal with Chicago, which they've already done with Montez Sweat.
Well, Chicago got the first pick and the 9th pick.
But the Chicago doesn't want to go down too far, because here's what happens. If Chicago doesn't want Caleb Williams, Washington is he's from D.C. He's from D.C., so they can flop.
Yeah. I can see it happen.
And then Chicago can go get Marvin Harrison because they don't want a quarterback. Then New England could go get Drake Mays.
Yep.
So that's how I was looking at it.
And who the Cardinals gonna pick?
Cardinals want Marvin Harrison, but I don't know if at 4.
I don't think he'll be available.
But I tell you what, the kid from Washington, he's from Texas, Ozimi.
Oh yeah, Rome.
Yeah, Rome Ozimi. Yeah, he's from Rockwall. Did you know that?
I didn't know that, but I know he's going to the New York Giants. That's all I know.
I don't know it. Not if he because the Cardinals got number 4.
Cardinals got number 4. The Chargers got number 5, and the G-Man's got number 6.
I don't think the G-Man gonna get. G-Man's gonna be trying to get Brock Bowers.
I like that. I like that receiver. I like that Roman dude.
Yeah, but
they got some good receivers. They have 3 receivers probably going in the top 10.
Yeah, I would say yes. I would agree with that.
Yeah,
but you look at what happened with the Rams with Puka.
Yeah,
he didn't go. He wasn't a top 10 pick. He wasn't even a first rounder.
I think he was second or third. I think.
Yeah, second or third.
You know what? I was listening to the Senior Bowl today, and they got some receivers.
Oh, I saw it.
That's going to blow up the league.
Yeah, it's a deep position.
Deep draft.
If you miss out on a receiver, you might get one down the road.
You can get one down the road.
Interesting. They got some good linebackers too, and that's a need.
And that's what Dallas needs. They need some linebackers.
Yeah, they need some linebackers. So,
and the Jets are picking 10th. They're picking 10th.
So they're picking 10th.
The Jets.
They're just going to be on the borderline, and they can get a good player. Don't get me wrong, but where they get a player? Do they get an offensive lineman? Because there's going to be a run on the offensive lineman at some point in the first round.
That's true. There's some good offensive linemen in this draft.
Yeah, the guy from Penn State, the one at Notre Dame, his father played in there. He played for Kansas City. All played for there. So
yeah.
So he's really good. So there's a lot of good offensive linemen.
And that's why I was saying some teams can really make themselves playoff contenders next year just by this draft and what they do in all season for its free agency.
That is true. That is true. Speaking of free agency, Jerry Jones said at the Senior Bowl that they are going all in this year.
What do all in? I was into to ask you, all in mean what? Do you don't go all in every year?
No, you don't. And that's it, because you're trying to manage the cap.
Well, that's another thing. How is he gonna go all in and you're supposed to be managing the cap?
He ain't gonna manage it. He's gonna try to get as many.
So are they gonna pay Dak $60 million a year?
But here's the thing about that. I didn't know this. Somebody alerted me to this today. Do you realize that he has a no trade clause? He can't be franchised.
That means they got to come up with some big money.
Either they're gonna have to pay him or they're gonna have to let him go. And it's
they can't
up in 2025.
They can do what they did with Tony Romo.
What did they do?
They can defer some of his salary.
They could. But he has the control. He has the advantage in that situation. I don't know. I don't understand why you would do that. No trade clause. Yep.
No trade clause.
Can't franchise him.
Can't franchise him, but he's sitting pretty.
Yeah, he is. Do you think?
What I'm gonna tell you, Jim? I can't go nowhere without people telling me, "Well, what you think about Dak?" I think Dak is a good quarterback. That's what I think.
Yeah, and he's
the offense that he in is questioned. The things that they try to make him do for is forcing the ball is the same thing.
And he's in the MVP. I know he's not going to win it.
Yeah, he's not going to win that.
For it.
Yeah, he's in the MVP, but he's not going to win that. But he also in for the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Yeah, Walter Payton. That's the way I like him.
Yeah, he does a lot of stuff.
He has on his car one wide because he grew up in a trailer. Well, it's one wide.
One wide.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes what you went through in your younger days prepare you to be awesome in your prime days. He's in his prime days right now.
And he got nominated to the Super Bowl. He got nominated to the Pro Bowl, but he turned it down because his girlfriend and him are obviously having a child, and he didn't want to be away from them.
When the baby due?
I think it's due in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, okay.
So he wanted to stay there and make sure he was there for his first child, which you can't argue with him. I had a broken hand, and I'm holding my twins, and I was there for my first child too, my oldest.
Were you able to hold your twins with both arms?
Yeah, I just hold them with I broke my finger.
Mm-hmm.
I just had a cast on.
So that's pretty good, Jim. He's a very talented young man.
My oldest I was there for because he was born in October, and I made sure I was there for his.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Jeremy, and then my youngest, obviously, Jasmine, was there for her.
Jasmine, she's the athlete.
Yeah, all my athletes. Whatever. Broke my fingernail.
So
can we mute some people that are in the audience?
Yeah, I need to get that 800 number too. So I don't know what I was looking for today. I'm going to tell some people to call in and give me some bold predictions. I can't find that 800 number we're supposed to call in on. Do you know it, Jim?
The 800 number?
Yeah.
There it is right there. You asked and you get.
Yeah, I need to get that 800.
Yeah.
You ain't no 800 number, I see. 2525.
There you go. There you got it.
I got it now.
Yeah. Hey, did you know that I just found this out tonight? Shows you that if you go into it, you can telecast this on your Facebook.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, found that out there.
Yeah.
Our producer never told us that.
Thanks, producer.
It just showed up. And it says, stream this to your audience on Facebook. So next week, we will be streaming it on Facebook. I got over 3,000 friends. So
next week, I'll be in Vegas, Jim.
I know. Next week, I'll be in God's country, Texarkana.
I know. Yep.
But what do you think the Giants need to be successful next year, the New York Giants?
Man. Well, I hope we can sign Saquon back, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I hope we can do that. We definitely need a wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. We won't get Marvin Harrison, but there'll be some good ones.
Oh, man, we can get him. Daniel Jones seemed to be, I think you can learn a lot. Either he going to be able to learn a lot since he got hurt this year and had to be on injury reserve and see it from the sideline. This is his first year seeing the game from the sideline. This length of time, right? So I'm thinking that we can get a good backup or fix that part, have a good special team, but they definitely have to have some improvement on the defense side, especially linebacker. And maybe the safety, either one of the DBs. But
you still don't have a defensive coordinator, do you?
No, we don't. And we played some good compared to football this year. What I like about the Giants, they play hard football.
Yeah.
And I just think we got to get to the point where we're scoring 24 points a game or more.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think.
What do you think? Well, I'll answer that. The Cowboys. First of all, they got to get a running game because that killed them.
Absolutely.
They got to be able to run because you can't play on the road if you can't run the ball. It's just too many things that go on. The next thing is just like you said with the Giants, they got to get linebackers that can hold up. I think they got the interior guys. When the young kid, Monty Smith, he'll be better his second year. He's just like Kayvon Thibodeau was. And the inside, the game will slow down for him. So I think they'll be fine there. But the linebackers, and like I said, they didn't, nobody, even myself, didn't realize how good Leighton Vander Esch was.
Well, they really missed him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes you don't miss your water till your well run dry. And when he got hurt, it seemed like that defense went the opposite way. Yeah. Couldn't stop the run. Little things that he did. And he could cover, too. And one thing, he could cover. He was good in running with the tight ends and things like that. And up the seams, he was able to defend those defenders off. So, yeah.
But they got to get a young, aggressive linebacker, and they got to get a running back. Derrick Henry is 30 years old. I'd be scared of him. I would try to get a kid from college myself. So that's just how I look at it because he still have those fresh legs.
Yeah.
And the lifespan of a running back is not very long.
Well, he's on a downtrend for sure. Usually when you hit 28, everything going the opposite way.
We had Eddie George later in his career, and it wasn't Eddie George of young.
Yeah.
Eddie George of old. So got to be careful with that one.
Absolutely.
So I think they need that, and they got to be able to play on the road better. There's no question about it because they've been 12-5, but in the last 2 years, they've really struggled on the road.
Yeah.
They lost games they shouldn't have lost. The team that's going to be interested in the NFC East is Philadelphia. And the reason is because they got Kellen Moore, a new offensive coordinator, and then they got Vic Fangio, who is their defensive coordinator.
Yeah, you got Nick. Yeah. Now, I talked to a Philadelphia fan today, and he mentioned the name A.J. Brown. As
a trade, they're thinking about it. That's crazy.
Yeah, he mentioned the name A.J. Brown, and he was saying, it's crazy that they had, this team was so close to winning the Super Bowl. Now they want to trade one of their best players.
He made the game. He made the team go.
Oh, he was the heartbeat of the team.
Yeah,
the heartbeat.
Yeah, I think.
But you know what that people don't understand. Some of these fans, for one, when you can assemble some talent like that, and next thing you know, you got the players wanting to leave or get new coaches in, it can be devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought that Philadelphia was 10-1. Next thing you know, they barely made the playoff.
Yeah, and they fired both their coordinators.
Yeah.
They were the same coordinators when they were 10-1.
Yeah.
Now, when they struggled, it was like this.
Yeah, get rid of them. They had to point the finger to somebody.
Yeah, somebody. Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but that's not uncommon.
Exactly.
Coaching.
Yeah.
Somebody has to take, fall on the sword.
Somebody got to fall on it. Yeah, you have to take it.
That's
take
unfortunate because Brian Johnson was the same offensive coordinator that got him to, like you said, 10-1. And Sean Desai on defense was the same coordinator. When things went bad, now they're terrible.
This is what I'm going to ask you too, since you know about coaching and all that. With this new coaching hires or some of the things that happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks since football regular season was over with, how do you think some of these coaches gonna come in and fill the gap? I mean, it's a lot of new coaches, a lot of coaches they never been head coaches before. What do you think about that, Jim?
I think it's going to be difficult. You have to have the right people around you, and when you're a new coach, I'd like to bring. If I was a head coach, I bring people in that have been to Tom Coughlin, and that's what Antonio Pierce. He brought Tom Coughlin in. He brought Marvin Lewis in, and he brought all these that had been head coaches because some things that you don't know until you go through them. And
right.
It's the thing. Even if you've been a head coach, you need a sounding board. Somebody, like I always said, tell you not what you want to hear, tell you what you need to hear because they've been there.
Yeah.
And that's what, the successful coaches do is they bring in a sounding board and just have to come in a couple times a week and see what you do and how you run in practice and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, yeah.
Was Rick an offensive lineman?
Rick was a big time offensive lineman.
Okay.
Jason was a wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah.
You think did Jason have any speed?
No.
What was it?
Jason was a possession wide receiver.
I wonder how many yards did he have in one game? What was his best game?
10. He had 10 in his best game.
Wow, that's good.
10 yards.
Oh man. I thought you were gonna say 10 catches. Jason, you got to get on here and redeem yourself, Jason.
I know Jason going now, so I can say that he's gonna look at it tomorrow. He's gonna text me. What are you talking about? I had 15 yards in one game.
Oh boy, that's funny.
Rick was a pulling guard. Rick was knocking people out.
Rick saw we went and had a pizza party at the school Friday.
Yeah.
And Rick said, Byron, is that Alfred Anderson from the Vikings, number 46? I said, yeah, me and Alfred's are brothers. He couldn't believe me. He said, what?
He was all excited and jumped.
Feel like I didn't know no Vikings. I said, I know some Vikings.
Rick was like, yay!
Hey, Rick, I'm going to send you Alfred Anderson autograph. So let me know what to send it to. I've got a picture for you. So I'm going to send you the autograph since you love Alfred Anderson.
Oh, that's very nice of you. That's right. Rick will be your friend forever.
Yeah, he won't be mad at me no more. He'll be your friend. Yeah.
Yeah. Rick came to Dallas and didn't even look us up.
What?
He went to a card show here.
Oh,
and didn't even look us up.
I was at that car show.
You were?
Yeah, I went down. I was VIP.
Oh, okay.
Rick don't know. I can get him behind the scene, in the scene, and maybe tell him to cut him a deal.
Ooh.
It's all who you know, Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. Jason, Jason big time now.
Oh, Jason big time.
Yeah.
He fly all over the world. And
he does.
North Dakota.
His uncle owns a place in Cabo.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, his uncle owns a place, and he goes down there.
That's where Juanita need to go. Take your vacation.
Oh, we have been there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we went there. My friend has a place down there. He has 4 bedrooms down there, and we went there with him for his birthday party.
I'm gonna give you one of these jerseys, Jim, so you can autograph, or you can hang it up on your wall.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang it up on my wall when Juanita finishes renovating everything and getting it ready.
Get you some G-Man. Get you some G-Man colors over there.
I'm gonna put a cowboy jersey in front of it, like the division. See, Rick, I'm gonna give you a picture too.
All right, Rick, get you one of them Viking pictures.
Yeah,
purple people eaters, whatever y'all call them.
Eater.
Yeah, whatever y'all call them. I don't know what they call them. Yeah, I seen you something, Rick.
Yeah,
and you've been a loyal fan, man. I appreciate that. Me and Jim and I, we were talking about that.
Yeah, we really do. We always talk about you and how much we appreciate you, Rick.
Yeah.
And TD, she's in Aspen. She's at the X Games.
Okay. Pat's gonna sit in my Eagle jersey.
Yeah, I need something to sit on.
Hey, fart on it. You gonna fart on it, Jim?
I'm not saying. Hey, this is a G-rated show, so I can't tell you what I'm gonna do.
Hey, we had a good time with Pat. We came to Dallas last year. You remember that?
Yeah, we did. We really did.
He had the Eagles fans over there. They were cheering up those Eagles.
Oh man, they come. Hey, when they played the Cowboys in Dallas this year, there were a bunch of Eagles fans.
Yeah, they travel.
Yeah, they do travel well.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't talk about next week. We'll talk about who's going to win the
Super
game.
Bowl.
But it's going to be a good game. You got obviously one of the greatest players that are playing right now in Mahomes, but you got probably a really good McCaffrey. You got Debo. You got Ayuk. You got Kittle.
Man, it's some superstars. Hey, guess what though, Jim?
What's that?
The Super Bowl right in the middle of 49ers and the Kansas City Chiefs locations.
Yeah, that is true. It's probably closer to the 49ers. Though.
Yeah, it's definitely close to the 49ers, but I'm just saying.
But you're right.
They ain't got that far to travel.
That's true because Kansas City is in our time zone.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. And for the 49ers, it'll be 3:30. For the Chiefs, it'll be 5:30.
Yeah. 2 hour time there. Yeah, exactly.
See, about that time, I'll be when the game starts. I'll be eating that Jamaican jerk chicken.
Oh, you'd be dancing.
Yeah, I'll be dancing.
You'd be doing the Soul Train dance.
Oh, somebody come and get Byron.
I told you I could dance. I could dance. I don't know why y'all think I can't dance.
You can't dance.
Are you serious right now?
You got 2 left feet.
I got one left one and one right one. But I do want to say, I really appreciate Travis Kelce.
Yes.
He brings popularity to the game of football.
Yes, he is. He's bringing all those Swifties.
Yeah, he's got the Swiftie going.
Swifties,
and he's from Cleveland, Ohio. So he's doing it Cleveland style.
Yeah, he is. And he does bring, and they do bring something to the game. But Mahomes is the straw that stirs the drink there.
Absolutely,
But
that's a young man.
But like I said, there's a lot of talent in San Francisco, and we'll see. We'll talk about it more next week. It's almost time to go, and you can do a dance and get us out of here.
Let me see I ain't got no music, Jim. I ain't got no music.
I can put some music on for you.
Yeah, this is the funky chicken. Y'all don't know what the funky chicken is. That's when the chicken go around like this, being funky. The funky chicken. Goodness. But yeah, we gonna have some fun.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, indeed. Oh, Jim got some music.
That's for you. That's for you to leave out of here. Hey, thank you, everybody. You can always ask us questions and always come in. We love seeing you. Oh, you don't know nothing about that. That's for
we'll see y'all next week.
And we'll see you next week. Thank you for coming.